Well, it's Sunday again. You know what? You know what that means, kids. Yeah, we're bringing back Question Sunday. I got like a lot of these questions that I have on my phone that you guys sent. So I'm gonna read a few of them. Bugs. Okay, this one's for me, and actually, there's not a lot of there's a few Franz Kamara and the other guys, but I'm gonna read the ones that deal with me for a minute. Okay, dear Bugsy, what advice you have for being a reviewer? All I can tell you is just do review what makes you review stuff that you feel deserves to be reviewed in your own mind, and don't and if something in the franchise left a bad taste in your mouth, and you feel like the next thing in the franchise is bad, you haven't touched it yet, but you have this clear distinction that is that's bad. You don't want to touch it. You don't want to read it, play it, or watch it. Try to give it a chance anyway, just to see if you actually do hate it or not. Never let your own hate cloud your judgment, because when you do that, people, you just kind of look like a douche, and you're kind of not giving it a fair chance. Kind of like how I felt about Black Killer Guy's review on Kung Fu Panda initially, because a lot of things were going on with his channel, a lot of things were going on with him, and he let what was going on in his personal life, cloud cloud Kung Fu Panda. Cloud how he felt about Kung Fu Panda. It wasn't Kung Fu Panda he was technically mad at. He was mad at all the situations he was in at the time. And I'm just saying, if you can distance yourself from what's going on here, what's going on with you personally, to your actual review, you pretty much you got it set. All I'm saying is, if if whatever is eating at you is really eating at you, take take some time for yourself, and then when you feel ready to review something, review it. That's all it is. Bugsy, how do you feel about how do you feel about Min's lady killing Kagome? Well, I'm gonna do this like a Ren and Stimpy gag. Well, sir, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I felt like I felt like I understand Christine's hate of Kagome, sort of, and I say sort of like really like just I say sort of in air quotes because again, you have to watch the whole series to really see Kagome's growth as a character. And I'm not gonna bog this down too much with how I feel about Kagome, how I feel about the whole of Inuyasha and its characters. But you know, it does have progression. Characters do progress. Characters do have a little something more, and that's the power of Rumio Takahashi. She has that magic with characters, especially in the Ranma series. I'm just never going to freak. I am never going to recommend Ranma to Christine ever. You think I want freaking Akane to get killed? Oh heck no! Heck no! And yes, I'm gonna try and stop. I'm gonna try and not cuss so much. I'm gonna be working with Federator pretty soon, and yeah, since YouTube won't let me since YouTube could easily demonetize me, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna make it a practice to try, not in every video, but try to not cuss. So at least then I can physically stop myself. If I don't have to cuss, I can just physically stop myself. Anyways, yeah, Okay, here's another question. Bugsy, creepy clowns, creepy clowns, creepy clowns. Here's my rebuttal. Shotgun, shotgun, shotgun in the face. Bugsy, 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 if you had a choice on which characters to save and not save, which would it be? Okay, I know a lot of you want me to say. I would say it depends on what character, but hmm, if we're talking about certain characters, probably certain characters I like, I would have to say at this point, I would say Ranma. It's like if Rama was like if there's like only one way I could say Rama or any other character that I actually like, I would. Characters like Naru who are actual chicks that don't really learn much of anything, but the writing um basically makes you think she learned something. I wouldn't save her. And like people are like, "Oh, Bugsy, you hate Naru for a reason." No, Naru is an actual. Not like how Christine like painted Kagome, but Naru is an actual insufferable character because she never learns from anything, and when she does, it's like it totally disappears by the next episode because Keitaro's in another position, and Naru gets all mad and shit, and thinking that he's perverted, and it's just the same rigmarole. I mean, at least with Inuyasha, it kind of had more substance to it because Naru's like I think what older than Kagome, you know, but she has this unspecified hatred of men. Mostly everybody in the Hinata dormitories have some sort of hatred towards men, right? With Motoko, it's more it's because her sister basically married a dude, and she hates all dudes because of that. And I would when I was watching it, it's not stupid. I'd say it's a stupid reason, but then I started to think, um, Motoko's actually a good. Motoko was a very young, when her sister left, she was a very young child, so she would associate her hatred of men, because her sister is gone. And kudos to her sister for not like trying to contact her at all after that, because I assume that Motoko's sister never tried to contact her once. So I guess that could have fed into it as well. Um, Naru kind of does because I think her parents have been divorced, right? And you think that could be the issue, right? But they never explore it enough to the point where we can actually say, "Oh, that's Naru's problem." And then she just has a whole bunch of weird scenes when Keitaro's like in a freaking reindeer suit with his buddies trying to sell some stuff, and she goes like, "That that takes nerve." I'm like, Naru, okay, that takes nerve. What do you mean? Or is it because it takes nerve because he's in a Santa Claus suit, or you're supposed to say something? There's just been instances with Naru about that as a character. Kagome kind of has these instances too, but they're actually more explained than Naru's little affliction. How would you feel if you were thrusted in a world with monsters, and what else? And I'm not saying, oh, you have powers. No, you for right now, you don't have powers. You are not you're not all seeing, you're not uber powerful, you're not this and that. You're just you're basically just you for now. Until you find out that there's a silicone jewel in your chest. And since you broke the Shikon jewel, you feel obligated. But there's also pressure that you may not be able to do it. Inuyasha doesn't make it easy on you because at first he was a dick. Let's not sugarcoat it. He was what he was, and you know you start to develop feelings. And if put yourself in the shoes, you start developing feelings for Inuyasha. You don't really know how to really deal with those feelings because you're not really a person that's ever been in love before. So you know, so you kind of lash out because he constantly goes after Kikyo. You you like him, but you don't know whether if it's gonna happen or not, and all this other stuff. And basically, yeah. And let's talk about Sango. I don't know. I'm just gonna talk about these characters for a minute. Sango is basically feels guilty about her brothers and her clan being slaughtered. It's obvious she has a lot of mental scarring because Naraku planned it. Shippo has no father, ergo he acts out. He acts out because really he has no father, and basically since Inuyasha is like the closest thing he'll ever have to a brother, and you could say Kagome is the closest thing he'll ever have to a sister. He fucks around with Inuyasha. You know, brotherly stuff. Trust me, I know. But okay, now Moroku. Now Moroku, I can dig into his mind and tell you that basically he's a pervert. He's a pervert. Oh, hold on. Okay, I have to tell Vic, not now, right now, but like fish. Moroku. Moroku is a pervert because yeah, he likes chicks, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. He likes to grow booty, but the reason he says to, I want you to bear my children, is because he doesn't know how long he technically has on this earth before that wind tunnel curse kills him, like it did his father. So he wants to at least have some like a bloodline he can leave behind. Yeah, you guys are like, Bugsy, why are you going deep on this? Because I feel like my friend doesn't understand. I know I was about to talk about questions, and I'll get back to that in a minute. But I feel like my friend doesn't really understand Inuyasha and really what it's all about. It's mostly, and I'll say it, I'm not saying I'm a big shot anime reviewer, but I can analyze a bit. Inuyasha is basically a coming of age story, and drum roll please, and a character who's been betrayed actually learning to trust people again. Now, I'm not gonna say my friend was wrong for doing what she did. She wants to do it, fine. But you really can't deny these characters for what they truly are. For you, for my friend to basically having Miyasha be this like, oh, thank you for saving our multiverse. Inuyasha would say thank you, but he wouldn't be like this. I mean, I felt like Inuyasha was not even himself. Even when I watched both chapters again, it really didn't seem like him. See, when I write Ranma, this is stuff that Ranma's gonna say. If when I write Habasai and Akane, this is stuff that they would say. When I write Nabiki, same. When I write for when I write Son and Genma, you boom, they're in character. When I write Kuno, oh boy, Kuno, I'm gonna have some fun with you, am I? You know, same like I said, guys, same diff. You all need to understand. I mean, I just feel like my friend needs to understand. It's not the fact that it's not the fact that I'm a Kagome fan. It's the fact of the matter that I'm a fan of Inuyasha and I've known these characters. I know their ins and outs, what they think, what they don't think, what they do, what they don't do, why they are the way they are. I feel like I, I know I talked about this in the past, but it's really indicative of a bigger issue with your writing. It's the fact of the matter is you play it too safe. You play it too safe, but you only play it safe for your characters. Any character that you don't like, they're already about to go to the shopping block. You know, and I'm not again. Another thing, I'm not saying this to hurt your feelings again. I'm not saying this to be a, to be a total douche to you. I'm just saying, you need to stop. If you hate a character, don't use said character. Simple as that. Heck, you could have said Kagome left. You didn't have to explain anything. You didn't have to say anything because you know, your people, the people who comment your videos would have ate it up anyway. And I'm not gonna talk about the people who comment on your videos because that ain't something I should cross because if they like what you put out, good. But to me, what I saw from you wasn't even Yasha. What I saw from you wasn't Kagome. What I and basically telling Moroku, Sango, and Shippo to basically F off. It still to me just burns. I mean, you did give Koga a good send off. Well, I know you like him then. I'm sorry, guys, but I really felt like I needed to talk about that because it's important. Like, yeah, you probably think of me as just some of you probably think of me as a Inuyasha fanboy, just ranting and raving, but I understand these characters, man. I mean, if I wasn't working on so many projects, I'd probably make a fan continuation of Inuyasha. But I'm not going to because too many projects already. Too many projects, too many projects, too many projects, too many projects. So, can't really. I really can't do any. I really can't do like an Inuyasha project. But if I did, I would. And I'm not just doing my Team H thing just to show up my friend. No, it's just it's something I wanted to do for a while. Actually, I just didn't know how I'd want to do it. And when when Team H Bugsy actually sees, um, you know, Inuyasha because he does know Inuyasha, I'm actually gonna show you flashbacks, little clues, stuff that stuff that shows that yeah they know each other. You know, I don't know. May it's just because ever since I became a critic, I'm a lot more critical, cynical, and I just when I see a character or anything done a great injustice, because the person either hated the character and just didn't give it their all. I just say what I need to say. I know it may hurt your feelings, but that's not my intent. My intent is not to hurt people's feelings. It's to tell you, it's to tell you that you kind of screwed up. You can do better if you want to. You can. I'm not telling you, oh, this sucks, but your whole work is gonna suck. No, I say it so you can grow, so you all can grow, learn, change, do what you got to. But at the end, even the people I rant about, except for Keemstar and a few other people that are an exception to that rule, I do care. Straight up. You know, I may be an, I may, I may be a, I may be the angriest son of a bitch ever. Couldn't stop myself for that. But yes, sometimes I may come off that way. But most of the time, I'm doing it to help you out. Do I still believe in Nintendo? Fuck yes. Do I believe in Sega? Oh hell yes. Do I believe in Konami? Oh hell no. Do I believe in Do I believe in Capcom? Yes, I do. Especially since I got Joe Kelly doing the freaking Mega Man cartoon. And I'm not saying my writing is the best. Heck, I use Grammarly if I actually accidentally misspell a word. But I still keep on trying, I still keep on doing, I still keep on improving. That's just how I get down. And if I rant and rave and say a whole bunch of shit, no, that's not coming out of. No, if I rant on you and I'm not going completely apeshit on you, know that it comes from a good place. I'm not trying to knock you down a peg unless your name is Keemstar. I'm just here. I'm just here to review, critique, make you laugh, and entertain. That's all I'm here to do. But since that little explanation's out of the way, let us get back to more questions. Bugsy, what software do you use to edit your videos? Filmora. Bugsy, when? And a whole bunch of people ask me this. When is the Markov game coming out? Soon as Dreams comes out, they freaking work on it. It's frustrating because they won't even say when it's coming out. Can you give us an estimation so we know what micromedia molecule I want to buy your game, but you gotta tell us when is it okay for it to come out, or we can't. We can't do the things I said I was gonna do. I want to, and if push comes to shove, I'm just gonna make it into a freaking storyline for Markov. If I can't, if Dreams doesn't come out in like 3 years time or something. Bugsy, and this is from a certain someone I'm not even gonna say, someone I know. Bugsy, will Amy be in it? Yes, Amy was gonna be in it. Okay. Okay. Is that what you guys wanted to hear? Is that what you guys seriously wanted to hear? Yes, Amy's gonna be in Sonic Freedom Fighters, but not in the way you think. We're gonna do a Sonic CD movie, which will kind of be Amy's introduction, and then she becomes a freedom fighter. Because a lot of people go like, "Oh, Sonic wanted to be a freedom fighter." No, alright, since this is a different take, Sally actually says if you have the drive and determination, you actually can. Happy? Good. Anyways, what do you think about Sonic Mania? It looks good. From what I've seen, it looks good. Played the fan demo, which is basically a recreation of that. It's good. But, you know, and people say, like, Bugsy, will you be upset if if Project Sonic 2017 isn't what you think it is? I'm not gonna be upset. It's just a missed opportunity when you really think about it. It really is. It's a missed opportunity. It's an opportunity where basically it's a missed opportunity because this is a perfect time to bring them into to the main Sonic canon. If classic Sonic can just appear out of nowhere, which I think Mania is going to lead up to the new modern Sonic game, then they should appear too. I'm sorry, Archie, but I'm sorry, Sega. I'm sorry, Archie, but I feel like it's time. We can't use all the characters. I understand that, but if we can just use the Freedom Fighters, if we can just use the core Freedom Fighters, I think we'll be okay. And I'm not trying to say, oh no, it's not gonna happen. But, Bugsy, the tweet that Kim Pender said, would you be excited for? Would you be excited if Sony did an adaptation of Endgame? Oh my god, I would. I'd be over the moon. But the thing is, you would have to build it up. You can't just start at Endgame. You really can't. You actually have to build Sonic up in this universe. You have to build Sally up. You have to build everybody up. You have to have everybody in their places before that actually happens. You can't just throw the in-game adaptation together because a lot of people that don't really read the comics or don't really watch Sat AM, kudos for Stars for having Sat AM on freaking Stars Kids. I gotta say thank you. But like I said, you'd have to freaking really try to, you know, introduce everything, get everything together. Sort of like what I'm doing with reboot. I want you to really get acquainted with these characters again. For those that aren't, we can't just adapt something from farther off into the comic, expect everybody to be like, oh my god, I know what this is. Because a lot of people are gonna be like, what is this? Why is Sonic fighting a fat Robotnik? Why does Robotnik kind of sound like Jim Cummings? What is going on here? That is going to be people's legit reactions to it. That's going to be their legit reactions. Sometimes, sometimes it's better to start from the beginning than go in the middle. And I know a lot of people ask me this. Will I do an in-game storyline of my very own? Probably, but it won't be like Kim Pender's. It's gonna be my own little thing. But yeah. What else do I got here? Last one though. Will you ever do a collab with X YouTuber, with this YouTuber or that YouTuber? Yes, I want to do collabs with people. I am totally ready to do collabs with people. If Sonic the Ghetto Hog says like, yo, Bugsy noname, want to do a freaking collab with me? I'll be like, oh, the day has arrived. But really, if it happens, it'll happen. If it doesn't, I'm not really gonna lose sleep over it. That's all. That's all the time I have for today for the questions, the Q&A. Thank you for everybody submitting your questions. But if you are using Tumblr, please give me your username. Really, I'm not gonna. I don't bite. Don't worry. Just give me your username and we'll just go from there. Okay? I'll see you guys later. I am Bugsy. I'm Bugsy No Name, and I am, and always shall be the Fanbrat Basher. But I am something more greater than the Fanbrat Basher. I am the Chaotic Jester. And I'll see you all later. Bye, guys.